Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to 2 Point Hospital, where it would seem our what is this called? It is called an anatomic fabricator. I started to say that, and then I was like, anatomic. Wait a second, that doesn't sound right. But yeah, it has in fact fabricated. It has, for some reason, created some kind of green, one-legged flamingo thing. So I guess that belongs to us now. That's a decoration that we'll use at some point. Oh, did I just sell it? I was gonna put that away and then use it for stuff later. Well, okay. Then I guess it produced $50, and we'll probably continue to do that. So these are all brown onto. Is it just like dirt? Is it just like accumulated filth? It is. They're so grubby. What is going on with these? Okay, we need more experts. We need more everything. This museum's a mess. So I do think we're going to make some changes here. It is looking more and more likely to me like we're going to have to get more of these kinds of devices interfacing with each other. And there's simply no room, right? As it is, this front area is completely overstuffed. So I think our next goal is going to be the creation of a larger exhibit area for this kind of stuff, and then we'll repurpose this front room to be for things from the Gibbon Moon. So we'll try to just like dramatically reduce clutter up front. So to that end, these things over here, everything in this museum is fucking filthy. I really, really, really need another space expert, it seems like. Let's go ahead and handle that right now. Jackie Pulsaro, family unfriendly, specifically reduces the entertainment of nearby children. Ahab Vacuum is a marine life expert, not really the kind of thing we're looking for. We could advertise a job listing, but you know what? You're probably going to end up being an expedition person most of the time. I guess it doesn't really matter that you're family unfriendly, but for right now, just like clean this shit up, would you? Okay, so this family of objects, the Cheesemonger artifacts, how much more space are we going to need for these? Right, I can't even look at my map because my helicopter's damaged. There's got to be a way to view the exhibit map without needing your helicopter. Is this it? No. This is a tool for assigning your employees to zones, which I've never used, but seems like it might be helpful. Well, you know what?
Museum is a controlled environment.
Let's just let the helicopter get repaired, and then we'll deal with that. So for the moment, we're just slowly cleaning off the exhibits one by one.
Exhibit requires restoration. It really is a shambles.
Oh, that is some cheese that has been produced for you. You should definitely eat it because you can tell that platform is filthy. Just by looking at it, you can tell. Sometimes I think our visitors are not the brightest people. Okay, so we're looking for cheese stuff. In addition to this, I do want to make note there was an update for the game that introduced a new video game themed map area with some stuff. I don't think we're going to try to dig into this too much with this museum. I feel like this museum has a lot going on already, but this is something interesting for one of our other spots. Something strange is happening to the fibrous fabric of digital spacetime in 2 Point County. Unusual cyber activity is creating rifts that lead to other worlds in a place/not place they're calling the Digiverse. There are holes in the internet big enough for our helicopters to fly through. Take a closer look at that rift and see what's going on. I will... Sometimes a video game tells you to do a thing, and it's just like, you know what? I'm good. I have other stuff on my mind right now. Okay, over here. What I want to look at is... So that's 3 of 3. We've seen all of those. Here there are 2 more types of Cheesemonger artifacts at least. And here, the thing that we haven't seen isn't one. So we need enough space for 2 more artifacts at least in that Cheesemonger display. And then we also need a big display space for all of this stuff. So I think... Where's the corner of this? Okay, here's what we're going to do. I am going to edit building. We're going to extend this hallway this way a bit. I'm trying to think, do I want this... Do I want to extend this room back, or do I want this, like, spinal hallway to actually run all the way down? Because we could just expand... We could keep this room sort of, like, narrow and long, and then have a room that goes all the way to the corner for the other stuff. How much would it cost to buy all of this? A lot, actually. That would be, it would be a fair amount of money. And then say, what if we wanted all of this as well? Okay. Yeah. Give it to me. We're going to start here. So, one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the location of this partition. Remove partition. Okay. Let's create a little bit more space there. And we'll do the wall. Let's see. Get a little closer so I can actually see the floor tiles. Do the wall like here. So the question is, how much space do I want to leave for just the big space exhibit room? And then I want to have basically like a room headed down to the gift shop that we can put some like vending machines and stuff in. But I guess I'm going to arbitrarily, let's just draw it to here for right now. Okay. So this is how they leave in theory. So now we have, why did I buy this way? Why did I not also include this column? There we go. Okay. So let's redesign some stuff here. Let's figure some things out. This is going to be a little bit of heavy reorganization. So if we put you alongside this thing, we're thinking that we're going to do like 5 total exhibits. What I might want is we can curl the other 2 around and then put another wall behind it and create just like a nice tightly themed space here, and then devote everything beyond that wall to our big space exhibits. And for right now, let's just tuck these back here in a way that makes a little bit of sense. So we need to keep this thing close to this thing, which means the activation cost is, so you're going to have triangle, triangle, circle, square pretty close together. You are not an active, you're an active component of that thing. So we also need square, square, circle, triangle. I'm wondering if does it make sense to put the power cells in a bunch in the middle and then have these devices sort of fanned out around them, maybe? Let's try something like that. So if we take this is gonna take a minute, y'all, and we may have to expand this space some. Let's just like group these together. We obviously need to leave space for people to like come over and examine them and be wowed by them, but I want to kind of just like group them into a rough circle, and we can figure out exactly what the order of the circle should be in a minute here once we start porting over the larger objects. Then we still have a square. Yeah, man, everything is so filthy. Have we been short on experts? I guess I've been sending out a lot of expeditions, but this museum only has one helicopter. We can't have been running them that ragged. Also, we need another ticket counter, which is the thing we didn't actually, although I had always planned for us to have a second one, it was the thing we didn't actually have room for up here. So I'm not figuring out where these need to go relative to the cells just yet. I'm just moving everything out of the way for the moment. Little bit of a remodel. Sorry, folks. The good news is we can do it while time is paused. So none of you will even really notice, except for a lot of people being very surprised that a thing they were just looking at vanished in front of their eyes. And we can hope that gives them some entertainment. You know what? Let me queue up an expedition. So we want to start getting, that's not what I want to do. We want to start getting stuff from these gibbon moons, right? We need to install one more perk to unlock that and display 3 interactive displays to unlock that. So okay, that's stuff we can queue up. Since we can't start running an expedition out there, let's start running expeditions to find the other Cheesemonger artifacts then. So what does this place take? Yeah, you know, it's not so bad, really. Whamson, and if we have a rank 4 janitor, and we do, we can get cheesy scenery unlocked. This place is at its minimum level, right? Yeah, so... we don't have a survey scanner. I was going to say this is worth burning a survey scan and getting stuff done. Well, then maybe we include a first aid kit so that we can't get fondue free fall and we're guaranteed to have a long but profitable expedition. And just send y'all out now. That's nice and cheap, at least. Okay, we have a project going on in there. Okay, stuff is happening. All right, I just wanted to make sure the rest of the museum was still like running. We're gonna need this over here as well because we're definitely still gonna want to run tours. And for the moment, I guess this place is gonna not have a lot of exhibits. We won't have much going on up front. This large donation stand, I guess, should just be moved. We'll figure that out. I mean, we're not going to need this right at this moment either. Okay, we'll figure all this stuff out. There is some. Is that? Please tell me that's cheese. God, I hope that's just cheese. Okay, so let's move some stuff aside here. As we know, one thing we want to do cleanup wise here is we want to throw another ticket booth up. There we go. And it seems fine to have that just directly next to the other one. I don't know if we need to hire another assistant. I know that we had quite a few assistants already. Also, I really wish the music would not pause when you pause the game. So yeah, we have quite a few assistants already. I'm gonna leave it for now. We'll see how things work out. Okay, so they're doing their thing, and that's fine. Then, like I said, we're not gonna have anything going for here. We're working on our interactive displays. Let me queue up a perk placement before I forget. This thing is going to be sticking around. Do we have like a pristine? We have a lot of epic quality stuff. I would love a pristine anomaly that I know we're not going to end up wasting the perk on. You know, this will be fine. We're having a little bit of an entertainment crisis right now, so go ahead. Somebody throw an entertainment booster on that. That'll unlock a point of interest. Okay, this area is dealt with as much as it currently needs to be, I think. Let's actually sort this out. So, why is there just cheese everywhere? Everywhere. Gross. Okay. So you need to be near 2 triangles and also a circle. And also this thing, which needs to be near a circle, does not particularly need triangles. So we can put a circle like over here on this side. Okay, then the triangles can go this way. You need square, triangle, square. So you need to be close enough to the squares to be able to leech off of one. I'm thinking if we put these down in a sort of a roughish hexagon, then like this. And obviously this is not final placements or anything, but then we put this thing over here. We can put this thing in close enough to this corner to grab, the square, even if it's over there. What is your area? It's hard to see because of the way the circles overlap. Do we do need a triangle for this one? This one just needs circle triangle. So actually, this being right here works very easily. Okay, and then yeah, we'll be able to sort of figure the rest of these out. So I think I like this as like two concentric circles that have to be placed fairly close together, but we can put some decent spacing between them to make the area maneuverable and stuff. So for right now, I actually might just leave them pretty much like this. We got to make sure these buzz bonuses are met. So space probe, space button, wall display, space. We need a space probe, which could be like kind of in the middle. I think that's a reasonable thing to just be floating in the middle. Hey, check out the cheese fountain. Okay, a life station, floating balls, life station. So the life station is that one of the ones that has to be against the wall? Can you? Yeah, it does have to be against the wall. So actually, that might necessitate a rotation of the displays, since we have this stuff that wants life stations, but is yeah, I might have to. Okay, where are you? You're just after the space probe. You want to be near the life station. What else wanted to be near the life station? This one doesn't need to be near the wall, so we can probably do a little bit just by swapping these two triangles in place. Okay. You need a life station. You just need a space probe. So once again, we can just swap. And that should work out, I think. Where's your quality tag? Oh, it's right here because it is an empty quality tag. You are quality 0. I forget that we have stuff like that in our museum still. Okay, you just want a hologram. You want a life station. Okay. So people are pretty happy and manageable now. We just got to put down the rest of the kinds of things that they like. We still don't have access to like the holograms. But here we can put a variety of just kind of like cool spacey decorations in the middle. And then we can put down some stuff on the floor, or like these banners seem to work pretty well. They seem to provide a lot of coverage. Over here we can maybe have like a little data display. Check out all of the interesting made up museum facts about this display. I don't know that we need a cheese fountain here. Let's probably keep that over by the cheese stuff. Okay, everything's 5 except for you, and your buzz bonus is met, right? No, you're right. That's part of your problem, is that your buzz bonus is not met. But also we do need to put down, it looks like, one more decoration over here in a place where it will affect that one. So we do this. Move this stuff over a little bit. I just want it to feel a little bit more centered. Okay, that's like a functional-ish museum area. It is such a large area that we're going to need a couple of information stands, it looks like, to cover it all. Even if they are the big ones. Oh, this one's getting everything. And then we'll do a couple of these. I mean, I would prefer that they be in range to pick up everything. How the other one? Why is it so much harder to get everything on this side? No, do not sell this donation stand. Sorry, I was just trying to get it off my cursor. Okay. Trying to figure out where I can put this, where it is actually, okay, where it is actually in range of everything. And then we can adjust the information stand location to kind of match up with that. They don't actually need to go next to each other. There's no mechanical benefit. It's just like, it feels right to me. Okay, we still need a hologram. We'll find one eventually, I'm sure. Is there anything else we can tuck in the? We don't have like a tube. A tube light has to be placed on a wall. Yeah, and it's not quite going to affect that. Is there anything else that could go in our rough constellation of stuff here? I mean, I could move the planet Earth over into here so it affects that. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, it's kind of rushed together, but it's an incomplete display because we know we still have many other objects that we need to grab. So I have fucked up decoration in this area pretty badly. We can certainly apply some bonuses to these. Let's throw a buzz boost on that one because it has super high natural buzz. Guest entertainment. Yeah, okay. Oh, the buzz boost didn't apply here even though I thought I had selected this before I clicked it. This gets the buzz boost. You get energy boost. Okay, buzz, lily pad planter, cheese or cheese. A cheese succulent? Is that a real thing? They're cheese plants in our future? Yeah, not even our like too distant future. It looks like cheese or man. All right. Well, for right now, obviously we're not quite in that spot. Is this still doing the job? No, having moved things apart, this info board needs to be moved if it wants to apply to all three exhibits. And this can also be moved now that we have a little bit more space. And we'll redesign that as necessary as we acquire more objects. We can just start the tour here. Let me trash the tour setup and start over because it's in a very weird order now. What if we just did... Oh, that's a really awkward way to do that. Oh, because I have the... Right. I have the front of that exhibit turned that way. Maybe the outer circle of the exhibits should have their things facing inward. Yeah, let's do that. Try to leave a little bit more traversal space here if we can without breaking anything. Maybe we're going to move this thing over and just make it so we can push this further against the wall. There we go. Goodbye, symmetricality. We have to not let things get too far apart because stuff has to be in range to light other stuff up. Although I guess for right now... No, for right now, actually, this can be out here. It doesn't hurt anything. And then we put the inspection plates on all of these facing outward. Okay. It's a little sloppy, but it'll be fine. And it should be way better for the tour. So, tour setup. Like, do I want it to just be... Okay, they don't love that much walking. What if instead we do interweave them? So we go like this. Okay, that length still registers as great. Average quality is total garbage, but we're still generating fair buzz from that. Okay. Now somebody just needs to get over here and actually clean all this shit up. All right, you have a tour that's kind of backwards now. At least this one's like really easy to fix. We just move the slug to the end and the cheese refiner to the beginning. Okay, I feel a lot better about the way this will run, and then we're gonna have to obviously
And welcome to the latest episode of the
obviously get some other stuff done here.
Radio. I hope you have your superlatives at the ready.
Okay.
Because today's audio bounty is bound to
So we'll be able to run our expedition to the Gibbon Moons as soon as
radio after
perks get
this.
installed. Guest entertainment we're working on.
For your safety. You feel safe?
There really is just like a lot of quote-unquote cheese getting left everywhere.
Expert required to restore exhibit. You're the expert.
Should we set up a map kiosk? I've never used one of these before, but we could use this space near the front. I was gonna say we could use this space near the front of the museum for that. We are not very high on knowledge for this particular piece. So I think let's just go ahead and grind that one. But cool, good find. Anyway, map kiosk. And I guess I am at this point probably gonna hire oh hey look, it's a video games level 1 button master required to make power-ups in the workshop. Interesting. Alright, maybe we do in fact hire one more assistant, because we keep adding things for them to do. You'd also we very obviously need is a janitor.
No running in the museum.
Delicate and greedy. Delicate and nimble. That'll work. We can do with that. Could you please fix some of this stuff? And then we have room down here that we could like install another bathroom in or something. Okay, so realization station. Yeah, for right now we can make this sort of a kids fun zone a little bit. We can also start working on one of these close encounterers. It's a little expensive. It's like half of our on-hand cash, but whatever, it's fine. We'll figure it out. Yeah, I don't think these puddles are cheese, y'all. Something tells me. It feels like we have enough bathrooms, but like there wouldn't be cheese guys in the employee hallway, right? I wouldn't think.
Needing to restore exhibit. Thank you.
Gross. The thing about that is gross. Okay. Oh, right. I was going to set up some like seating and whatnot over here so people can get a rest. We're just past the cafeteria, so in theory there shouldn't be a ton of need for like vending machines, but also I'm going to put up some vending machines. Some fancy garbage cans. Okay. I'm a little reluctant to put anything in this space since this is where the cheese stuff is going to go eventually. And I don't really like know what shape that's going to take, so it's hard to know how much space to leave for it.
Announcement. Information stands are there to explain exhibits. Unless they're not there, then they won't.
We're actually having a bit of a lineup situation in the Cafeteria. I mean, if that continues, if that's a consistent issue, we could actually expand the cafeteria by like a whole lane here, and then you know, like pull this table, we set some stuff up this way, and put in another counter. All right, that expedition is taking forever. Health and safety is coming along. This is not a great time for that because the place is absolutely fucking filthy. Whatever. We'll just hope.
Guests feeling bored are reminded that they're not all that.
All right, an average guest entertainment's not really all that bad right now.
Restoration required on exhibit. It's no longer presentable.
The hardest part of this is going to be getting up to 1,000 buzz, I think. Anomaly. Spaceball. This is this a new one? I've already forgotten what we were looking at. This space anomaly is currently not understood. Well, you know what? I bet we can do something about that.
Team are back to make up for lost time. Don't distract them.
No, this is one of these, right? It's just a better one. Yeah. Well, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with a better one. We now will, of course, have to integrate that into the tour in a way that's slightly annoying because it always puts new stuff at the bottom. Wait. That changed the order of these two. It didn't change the order of this. It didn't actually add this to the list either. That's curious. If I hit confirm, we unselect this. I'm trying to get the list to refresh. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it just didn't. That's odd. But we want this to be like 4th, maybe? Yeah, I think that makes sense. All right. And that means that we have another bit of knowledge we can gain. All right. We're really working on our space information here. Given the number of professors that we pull with this museum, that seems really important.
With today's news. Wiki Silverbottom, heir to the Silverbottom fortune, has misplaced a priceless ceramic apple from their collection. It seems the spirited chap went on a butler-aided baking.
Okay, so you have the ability to deliver an astral anomaly that we already had from another site, then. Right? Or had we... Was that where we had gotten that one from? Weird. Okay, well, I still would really like to get the Cheesemonger artifacts, so I think I'm gonna... we have this point of interest open. We should probably visit this at least once. The dry patch of the Simian system. The Space Gibbons take advantage of the conditions and ride all sorts of vehicles at speeds we can't condone. So we need an expert and an assistant for this. No particular skills. Sandstorm season is inconvenient. I don't know if the I don't know if it's possible for the helicopter to get double damaged. We can avoid one of these events with Wamson Orbit Hog, who is just the greatest explorer in the history of time. We can send out an assistant. We don't need your pilot wings, but we could throw in your pilot wings and then use this as an excuse to send out Jackie Pulsaro instead as a way of just getting some XP. Let's send you guys out here. We'll remove the injury. And we should make some more survey scopes or survey thingies.
The one-of-a-kind
As soon as
artifact
the
is in one of
workshop is
many
free again.
crumbles. We'll wait to see if we've lost one of the truly great works of art.
Okay.
Works his way from
The representative from the Department of Culture is arriving for your yearly inspection. Popstar Jasmine Odyssey is also going to be visiting the museum. I don't really know what Popstar Jasmine Odyssey is into, so that makes it pretty hard to check the place over in any productive way. Alright, I mean, finances are still going well. Oh, there's no camera coverage over here. That's a thing we probably legitimately ought to fix. Let's put this close encounterer down. It looks like it needs a lot of space. Oh no, it tucks up against the wall just fine. Yeah, I'll just put this down right here and we'll see what happens with that. So it wants to be near a space exhibit and where it's standing is considered near enough. It's definitely covered by a donation stand already. Yeah, that seems fine. So I was going to finish decorating these. This was the thing I was missing. Because these are definitely not maxed out yet. So I do feel like it's appropriate to put down a couple of cheese fountains.
Guests are stuck in the museum.
Ah, we unlocked cheese drip, which I guess we should probably use. And that's actually going to be a really excellent space saver for us.
Announcement. An exhibit needs restoring. Typical.
We actually have a huge number of exhibits that need restoring. Can I put the... It looks like it's green. It looks like we can go ahead and, yeah, place this behind the space thing. All right, that feels a little bit like cheating, but it has got all of our decoration levels up. And as such, more buzz, and we're getting closer. Closer and closer. Yeah, we still have just, like, absolutely filthy exhibits. Are all of my experts... Yeah, we have people leaving. We have people doing expeditions, people giving tours. We only have 4 space experts in total, so... you know what? Mars Muesli, with your slow movement speed, go ahead and welcome aboard.
Requires an assistant. You work in retail now.
Okay, the gift shop needs bodies. Everywhere just needs bodies. But I'm so leery of overhiring, you know? Well, you know, as long as people are enjoying it, I guess. It seems like kind of a nightmare, honestly. The way that guy landed, there's gonna be some permanent damage, right? Okay, we are ready to create a couple of survey scanners here. God, those take forever to build. And our first trip to the Gibbon Moons has yielded a space teleporter, demonstrating the technology to obliterate and reconstruct something a few inches away. Criminals hate to be deconstructed on a molecular level. Everyone knows that. So we can start reconstructing our exhibit space a little bit over here. Just drop that into a fully decorated area. It is not near a space gibbon bollard, but I don't think that's a kind of decoration that we have access to. Is that on the knowledge tree? Frog-like language display, cheese mining cart. Yeah, the space gibbon stuff is like, wait, we apparently are supposed to be much further advanced in knowledge than we are at this point. I've been busy. You know, we've been doing things. I'm trying.
There may not be enough information stands. Guests are feeling bemused.
Okay, monthly profit all the way down to 1,200 already. We need to design one more interactive display here. And I think we can probably go ahead and send out the same deal here. 57 days. What a trip.
Excuse the exhibit that requires restoration. I'm pretending it's not there.
Okay, yeah, we still have stuff that is in a very poor state. And that is damaging the buzz.
Exhaustive expeditions may be exhausting.
So our museum buzz will get better, just sort of naturally as we take care of the exhibits. And it's more stuff is clean.
Complete.
We're doing like a better job, but it's still not enough. We probably do need at least one more expert, and we definitely need like more assistance for marketing and stuff, but we need more money before we can do any of that. I really do wish we had a second helicopter with some of our expeditions taking this amount of time. Jasmine Odyssey thanked us for their visit to the museum and promised they'd be back eventually. That was nice, but nothing in particular happened. Yeah, I don't know enough about like what the hey now. Hi there, fella. Where's the security guard? Where are my security guards? We really probably don't have enough of these either. Okay, Magnus, you were supposed to be on top of this. We'll just grab Layla and the pepper spray. Right in front of everybody, in the middle of the room.
Offer king-size beds,
Okay,
a turkey leg breakfast.
that was lucky. I just happened to be standing there at that moment.
4 out of 5 goblins would recommend us to a friend or hostage.
So speaking of cameras,
Stay of your fantasies
it might
at Best Question Hotels.
make some sense for us to erect a camera stand.
Should stop feeling paranoid. Unless you're a thief, you can keep going.
We should probably have some kind of coverage over here too. Oh, this is probably
Announcement.
too large of an area to cover with a camera.
Retrieved from thieves. No one takes our stuff.
It's kind of too large of an area to cover with an active security guard too. It's just a really big,
Expedition team have returned with an injury.
yeah, it's just a really big region.
Complete. I'm not cleaning it.
Okay, and then we'll put a traditional camera like here. But this is going to get expanded. Ugh. This whole thing's going to be a nightmare. All right. In any case, Jackie Pulsaro sadly has been injured. And we've discovered a space scooter. Riding on a hog, Tiny Gibbon. What? What an odd line of text to be there. All right, well, more exhibits is certainly
Staff should see
more money.
attention in the museum before going to a hospital.
Okay, near a space gibbon rock, also a thing I can't actually meet. Okay, we need to make another interactive display here. And a sound booth is probably like, I'm just thinking like thematically. Sound booth produces twice as much buzz, but not as much knowledge. You know what, let me just get another realization station since this is a museum where knowledge is a little bit more important. You know what we should also do? There are like no water fountains around here. That's probably not actually okay. I feel bad. I know that we can't charge the guests for the water, but I feel bad if the only things to drink in the museum are things you have to pay for. Okay, the Department of Culture commends your museum. There's too much litter. That is certainly true. I'm so glad they used the word litter instead of something more appropriate to the puddles that were everywhere. But aside from that, things are going well. And our total buzz is getting pretty good as we continue to place new exhibits and whatnot. And there's still one more thing that can be earned here. Let's just go ahead and make that work. We'll still send Bert, even though we have the pilot wings covered, just so that we are just that we're still generating XP on the correct person. Okay. Following is an overview of criminal activity. We're doing fine on the crime report. Whew, okay. I was a little worried about the way our money was trending, and certainly we still don't have a lot of cash on hand, although a huge part of that is that we are spending relatively aggressively. But yeah, overall, I'm actually pretty comfortable with the way this museum is turning out, and it's going to be a long, long while, unfortunately, before we are ready to get that 3rd star, it seems like. Okay, we'll put this realization station over here somewhere so that we can share in our decoration level, because these two things do both need some decorations. And they're really complaining about the lack of information stands quite a lot, which is weird because I thought everything had coverage and most things have double coverage. But I guess maybe not quite as much as I thought. All right, here's information about the fantastic interactive displays that you've just interacted with. Great job. Random human. Okay, so you're all set. Nope, that's Randolph Curtin. Okay, you're all set. I need one more, like, little decoration over here. The realization station. I don't know. The plants are nice. It's just nice to have plants around. 941 total buzz. So, like, one more exhibit might totally get us there, actually. And it looks like our stuff is in, like, a clean, relatively maintained state. I assume that's how we got up to 941. Our security guards are security guarding. We are still maybe a little bit short on assistance.
Someone is stuck in the museum. They may need dislodging.
Oh, the gibbon stuff is not information stated correctly. There we go. Also, okay, never mind. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I was going to say, I don't know if this thing's decorated enough, but it absolutely is. It's totally fine, it turns out. I'm assuming, yeah, this is definitely in range of everything over here. Okay.
Sir Nigel Bickleworth.
So yeah, at this point, we're just waiting for...
Now, Sir Nigel Reviews. Today I'll be discussing Whole Lotta Sticks, the new all-in-one fragrance and lifestyle companion from Holistics. The organic ingredients claim to complement your natural cadence, whatever that means. Right, here goes. How do I... Oh, my eyes! Oh, it burns! It burns! Music, please.
All right, I just saw our museum buzz drop by quite a lot. I'm assuming that's either an exhibit just got grabbed or something just got dirty and hasn't been cleaned yet. A pressure pod. This space anomaly is currently not understood. Needs to be near that thing. Send this to my inventory for right now. Okay, we're back up to 941. I guess we just had a security guard level up, so I'm assuming somebody caught a criminal.
Is currently offline. Don't do anything funny.
I don't see anywhere where that's happening, but that's probably what happened. Okay, so the symbol that's on this thing. We don't actually have that. Okay, that's interesting. So that's something we'll have to uncover. I didn't mean to build everything in quite so tight around the edge here because we do need more. We do need room for there to be more exhibits. Okay, you are part of the tour. There we go. Hardly adds a step. And that thing is close enough to a triangle and a square. But it is not close enough to whatever that is.
Museum should provide an engaging experience.
Okay, managed to unlock this. The cold corner of the Simeon system. The Space Gibbons have their own kinds of ice sports that make ours look embarrassingly tame. Have we seen the things that can come from here at this point? We have. Well, I guess let's keep exploring this kind of stuff. So, here we can bring Jackie and... Oh, this is a janitor, not an assistant. So actually, maybe we do want to keep Whamson. I mean, it's not a big deal. The helicopter damage event is not a big deal. And if we're going detail mode... Yeah, maybe I want that to be able to happen. And then you could just be anybody. Sure. Olivia, take a survey scanner with y'all. And that way, because we can't eliminate all of the unhappy events here. I'd rather not hit slippery ice if we can, so we try to leave other options for the event thing to land on. We'll see how well that works in practice.
Canadians are asked to prepare themselves.
Oh, we are so close. Is there anything I can do to increase our buzz? Do we have another buzz increasing? No, we do not. No perks that would be relevant. We can't increase the buzz on this stuff because it's all looking for things we don't have. We probably do need some cleaning, but it doesn't look like these things are not showing that they have reduced buzz, so maybe it wouldn't matter. I could put down another realization station. That would do it. Honestly, though, what I really want to be doing here is making another bunch of survey scanners.
Exhaustive
We'll just wait for this to get back. It'll be fine. It is a little frustrating. Though we only have 990 on display though. So once we get one more thing, we can just throw it in the front with all these. Yeah, I kind of hope we'll have an expert come along and clean these up, and it'll turn out that does solve the problem. Also, maybe we should have a bathroom over here because, yeah, this poor child is going to deposit some cheese in our museum if we're not careful. And the existing bathrooms are like literally as far away as they can be.
museum surveillance. There's a camera in here, and you don't hear me complaining.
So we could just line it up against this wall. The new bathroom. We could dig in a little bit here. Put one down, although maybe it would be better for it not to be all the way against the far wall. A bathroom's not terribly expensive, right? Or at least it doesn't have to be. Yeah. If we did this, That's maybe more bathroom than we really need. But also, think about how many people will get to pee. Here, we'll do this. I know I was just saying, like, hey, what if it's not on the exact other side of the museum? And then I tuck it in the furthest possible corner. But, you know, it's not that large of a museum overall. That's my excuse.
The expedition team have returned with an injury. Someone has a case of broken face.
Oof. I can't place. What's invalid? Hold on. What is the invalid item in this? It's this toilet. Huh. No idea what the problem was. Okay, also I'm not allowed to place stuff outside the room, I guess, during the initial room blocking phase. Alright, somebody came back with broken face, which fortunately means somebody came back. And that means here's our missing Buzz. Why would you need to design the... Okay. Despite its familiar design, beds from the Simian system are actually used as everyday transport. And they probably go pretty fast. Okay, so here we can probably just make this... Yeah, we can set this directly across. We've been very impressed. Sure, the museum's nice and the anomalies are interesting, but it's your capacity for danger that has really grabbed our attention. This is not how I was voicing this guy before. The Gibbon Moons are extreme places with extreme climates. There are discussions about allowing you on Gibbon Moon 3, the Fire Moon. Usually off limits to non-space Gibbons. We can't let you go unless you prove you're every bit as adventurous as us. Win a race on our satellite racetrack for full access to the system. Okay. They're giving us a little obstruction here.
I've had a chance
Let's get
to
that
rinse
fixed.
my eyes and let the fragrance settle in. All in all, while the
Okay, and it seems like, wow, people are really... I guess need for bathroom was higher than the usage of this bathroom would suggest.
Pepper spray out of a possible 5.
Staff requires medical attention.
Oops, no, that's not what I wanted. I wanted... It said the workstation could be upgraded. 10% workstation workshop power for... That's not very cheap. That said, I'm sure it saves us time in the long run. You go ahead and do it. Because we do use the workshop an awful lot. Alright, so what's the deal with this? Display a Space Gibbon artifact exhibit providing 2 knowledge. Here we go. Here's the thing. Alright, the small but daring Space Gibbons love anything outrageously fast or needlessly dangerous, and space racing is very much both. It's their favorite near-fatal activity, and their extreme reaction times make them some of the finest pilots in the known universe. Seems like it would be a good idea to bring one on board, maybe. Okay, so this gives perks, and, you know, I don't hate a point of interest that can give you money. Level 15. Well, you know, there are ways around that. So how expensive is it to show up? It's fairly. Alright, let's bring... It doesn't actually matter who goes out. We don't have enough levels to get anybody up to get any pair of people up to 15 by themselves, but what we do have is rank cheese, which doesn't say exactly how much it gives. So we could send out like I'm sure we can't send the level 2 explorer. Right? There's no way that's gonna be the cheese is gonna be good enough to cover that. let's say we send out you and any other staff member. Probably not a security guard, actually. Honestly, it's probably an expert just to... Well, we're already sending out an expert. Maybe it's a an assistant. Yeah, it's like another low-level guy. Okay, the ranked cheese is enough, in fact, to remove this event. I wonder if the way it works is it just automatically, instead of it, I had assumed it was like a certain number of ranks boosted, but I wonder if the way it actually works is that it just gets rid of anything with a number on it. If I send you guys out on a detailed expedition, you'll probably come back with a better perk or more money. All right, go have a very detailed race. And in the meantime, did we get... All right, decoration level 5. Still can't cap this stuff out. But overall, the museum's going really well. This also is not actually capped out. And part of that's that we don't have a hologram, but part of it is that I just didn't bother to decorate this corner. So we actually could have, we absolutely could have leveled up a little bit faster had I been thinking about it. I would love to have a planet Earth to like put on the wall here. Unfortunately, that is not an option. Well, we can do the walkway thing. Just make ourselves a little. Hey, maybe you were over here and you'd like to see some stuff from Earth's history. Well, there you go. Look at how historical it all is. And this will help you see it. Okay. That looks super full, but it's only just a hair over halfway. All right, I think I'm like pretty happy with everything as we've got it going here. Things have really worked out, and all that is left is to keep hunting anomalies and keep finding more of these symbols. And we'll get right back to that as soon as we're finished screwing around with these space gibbons. So that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, hopefully we're going to be able to push to the 3rd star here, get our curator class up, and then see what else awaits us in the wide world of museum curation. So exciting. Come back for that, and we'll see you then.